Make sure we're live everywhere. Staff. I need a staff. We'll get there, I guess. Are we live?
I double check too.
Test. Looks like we are live. All right. Yeah, need a staff. All right, guys, we're here live. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Thanks for coming again. For those of you who've been stopping by, we've had quite a few viewers coming in. I'm excited about this. So we're in episode 3, and today's theme, at least for me, for my day, is like that nobody is coming to save you. This is kind of my theme of today. We had several issues pop up today that just became this kind of like go get it done kind of thing. You know, it was. I don't want to get into specifics because I don't like airing dirty laundry out here. But man, it was rough. We had a lot of stuff that just did not go our way today, and we just had to make it work. So that's kind of my gut feeling today. Is this what this is? Like, no one's coming to save you, and this comes into like a lot of different, not just with business. I think in just general. Like, I've met so many people who you can just tell are just like waiting for something good to happen. They're waiting for that opportunity, or they're waiting for someone to give them that job offer, and it just like that's just not how the world works. You know, do people get lucky? Of course. There are lottery winners, you know, all the time. There are people that win the trust fund lottery. There are people that, you know, plenty of people get lucky. But that's like 1% of 1% end up making, you know, quote unquote, making it because they were lucky, right? Most of the time, luck is, I had a mentor in, when I was doing other stuff, more teacher stuff. I had a mentor tell me one time, in fact, I think he had it real big on his door, or in his room, that it said luck is where hard work and opportunity meet. And it was I will always remember that thing because there's always this like mantra of like, there's parts you got to be lucky with. And like a lot of times, like you got to make your own luck. This is such a big deal for me these days because for those of you that, you know, have been following, you'll know that my marketing agency I built pre-COVID, it fell apart. It died. You know, if I was better, maybe I could have saved it. Maybe I could have done that. But like COVID punched me in the mouth. And for so long, I decided that like, that was it. That was my shot. That was my one shot at making it happen. And I failed. And I kind of just receded into just nothingness for a while. And it sucked. But lately, and especially after the Vaynerchuk podcast, I've really started to rethink about what am I thinking? What am I doing with my life? Like, I'm young. Like, I gave up at like 20 something. And this idea that just because COVID, you know, got me, that I'm done is such a dumb thing. Like, even thinking back now is such a dumb thing. But now it's like, no, I'm going to take this back. I'm going to take this back into my own hands, and I'm going to go do something about it. And I've made so many steps forward since then. A lot of them very risky, but they've paid off. And it feels so good because I'm making these risky moves, these aggressive moves, the same way I was in my 20s. And I can get into the details of how I'm able to do that and like psychologically why I'm able to do that now. But it was so much of like, I loved that in my 20s when I was just able to take risks and just do it. And like, if it worked, it worked. And if it didn't, it didn't. It was not a big deal. And so now being able to like really dive back into that aggressive, just go for it mentality has leaps and bounds made such a difference in this business for me. This is what kind of slowed us down for a while was we were selling stuff out of my garage and out of a storage unit. And that's very difficult to do. So now moving to this warehouse, we got some more room. I mean, anyway, long story short, I'm excited about the aggressiveness here. I'm super pumped about it because it's very much more this like I'm gonna build this business, whether if it kills me. And now that I'm back in this headspace, I feel like I'm fucking back, and I love it, and I'm excited. So moving on, because I'll get past my little ego trip I just had just now. I am excited to we're going to welcome our third guest today. I'm just going to bring him in. I'm going to bring him in because his email said one thing and his name is something else. We're going to let him introduce himself, and he's going to kind of give us an idea of what's going on in his head. So give me 1 second. All right. So welcome. Thank you for joining me, man. Thanks for reaching out. I'm excited to have you here. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you got going on, and then shoot your question.
Yeah. And you can hear me fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I go by Bubba. Bubba's my name my whole life, but my government name is Brent.
That's why it's a name. Okay.
But yeah. So as many, I'm probably, you got a lot of these things, these inquiries. I'm sure someone saw, I saw you off, a Vayner clip talking about it, and something just struck with me about that. Right. So I live on the East Coast, right in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. That's where I grew up. Spent most of my life there between Baltimore.
What's the name of the city?
It's Loudoun County.
Loudoun County. Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up in Sterling. So Loudoun County it's the richest county in America.
Ooh.
Right. So Loudoun County and Fairfax County are right next to each other.
Yeah.
They're the richest counties they're right outside DC. Right. So you get a lot of governmental people, things like that. So, grew up there, been bouncing around, so something just clicked. You mentioned a couple things, about, you starting, right? One, COVID, right? I've been in sales for my whole life, basically, right? Didn't go to college, worked at restaurants, bartended, and got into sales and have been doing sales, I'm 38 now. So since I've been corporate sales, probably since I was 25, right? For 13 years, made some doing well, I can support myself and having fun with it. Definitely, had some, jobs at startups where, were crazy awesome. But something happened after COVID where just things, started slowing down for me in terms of I'm not happy like working for somebody else, right? And doing these like huge fluctuations of like quotas and things like that. It was just like something hit and I was just like, damn, like I need to do something, right? I need to be more.
What was it that are we talking about the clip?
Yeah, so your clip, kind of clicked. Like I've been looking for something, right? I've been looking for a sign of like doing something. And I just like, I was just like, what do I want to do? Like kind of just like these last 3-4 years, I've been kind of just like aimlessly been between two different, like I worked at one company, now I'm in another, fully remote. I'm just like, I'm not in that everyday hustle bustle of the office. And, I don't want to go back to that really either, but it just like that, you just have more community in doing that. And,
sure. Yeah. No, the social aspect of being in an office is huge for sure.
Yeah. Some people probably don't like hearing that, right? I mean, but I like working remote, right? Like right now I live right outside Philly for right now. I'm going to move to Ocean City, Maryland for 6 months. So that's where I am, right? So that your clip kind of hit like, a little like light went off and I was like, let me look into this. All right. Like this seems not that it's easy, right? I don't want,
sure.
I think I saw some of your clips like, hey, this isn't like a fucking get rich quick
yeah.
And it's funny, I had some friends visiting this weekend, and one of my friends, she was just like, what are you talking about? Like, you're going to do manual labor? And I was just like, I need to be able to be like, I want to do something. Like, I want to create something, right? I want like, and that's like, the little bit I've been able to follow along with you is just like, and I have freedom, right? I think I haven't taken advantage of my freedom, right? Like I'm 38, no kids, I got nieces, nephews, all that, brothers, sisters, but like, damn, I got so much time right now. Like,
okay. So the clip, so did you see the full clip about me talking about my kids?
I've seen a little bit about it, right?
Yeah.
And I think I follow your TikTok page. So I know, you're busy and you got, as of my last call, you're still doing your other job. So, so you're busy, right? And like, I still have my sales job, right? And I don't, I saw some people in the comments, right? Gary Vee was like, shit, man, you got my dream job. Go do it. Like, but yeah, so I have the freedom right now, right? And I want to be motivated to do something. I'm lucky enough to have a huge community in that area in the DMV where I grew up. Like, my brother owns his own company. He owns a flower business.
Okay.
Right. I say it like that to kind of diminish it, but it's a commercial plantscaping. So he has contracts with Amazon, Facebook, all around. Right. And I mean, they do millions in revenue every year. Right. And that started with him and his best friend. They started from his friend's mom, and they built it. Now it's a multi-million-dollar business. Right. Like, something they both played college sports, and you would have never thought these guys are in the plant business. Right. So just like, I got to talk to him a little bit, a couple weeks ago. I kind of, ChatGPT is your best friend. And I've been like trying to put together a playlist I got 6 months till I move back into Loudoun County. I'm going to go to the beach for 6 months off season and just kind of solo and just, kind of grind out. I told you that I'm kind of in that discovery phase, right? And just like figuring out like what I need to do and what you say, right? They want their time. Like, I've talked to a couple people and they're like, dude, I'd pay you $1,000 to come do that shit right now.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, cool. That was September, fully just researched other companies out there. And that's kind of, so that's my long spiel short. There you
go. Sure. So, I mean, there's a lot going through my head right now. Okay. So question one.
Sure.
Is for me is like, do you think, let me see how I phrase this right. Why is it that this was the springboard for you? It's not specifically the garage cleaning, is it? There's more here, right?
Yeah, like it's just something that I like. That was the first time where I was like, I have a network, right? I wanted to always utilize the community I was built and luckily enough to have around that area of friends, family. And like, I didn't want to get into real estate. I have a lot of friends that are real estate agents. But it was really just like, hey, like I want to, I was talking to my brother. I'm like, making 100,000 for somebody else and grinding every single day in terms of like anxiety and not knowing if I'm going to have a job in 2 months. Sure. Hey, I could come to a sales job. I'm doing everything remote to, hey, let me get my hands dirty. Let me just actually do something and where I can wake up and feel like fulfilled. Hey, I'm doing something for me. Right. Sure. And I think I was kind of on this little journey for the last couple months. And I think that's, and this was just something I was like, shit, I can get my hands dirty. Right. I can go do this. Right. Like, again, I'm able-bodied. I'm young enough. I got the freedom. I got the time. Like, why not me? Why couldn't I do this?
Yeah. So, okay. So let me tell you what I'm thinking. So I think that here's what I'm worried about, to be honest. And can I be real honest with you? Are you okay with this? So here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that I love that the clip was a springboard for you. I fucking love that. Okay.
Yeah.
I worry that, you want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is just the something that fell in front of you.
Sure.
And I don't know that it's the thing you really want to do. Right. So I'll preface this with like, why I'm saying that. Yeah. Right now, if I was told I had to shut the garage cleaning business down completely, mm-hmm. and I had to go build a totally different business on an industry I have no fucking nothing about, mm-hmm. I would go do it and I would love it. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I hate cleaning the garages. I hate moving shit around. I hate doing that stuff. That's not fun. What's fun for me is the business side of it. It's the logistics. It's hiring the people and training them to do what they're able to do and teaching them that they can do it well, that their parents were full of shit. They can really do a good job. It's the fucking flat tires and getting the warehouse, and then like our fucking warehouse string broke, so I've got to figure out how to solve that problem. I fucking love the shit that comes with building this stuff, no matter what the industry is.
Sure.
Now, I think that that's good for me, and I can do that whatever I want. I think that sometimes though, you have to find something that you enjoy, because not everybody likes the business building process. Some people just really love what they do and they put up with the business building process because they love what they do. I'm just kind of in reverse, right? Where
Yeah.
like I just like the business part and not necessarily the thing that I'm doing, because I've done so many different businesses. I love that fucking process. So long story short, I'm saying I fear I'm a little feeling like maybe you trying to find something. I don't know. I just feel like there has to be is there something like you're maybe more passionate about that you're willing to kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Well, so like that's why
And
I like.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Trust me, I've already, I've talked to some people and they're like, really, this is what you, I like. I like the idea of selling, right? I like sales, right? I love being personable. I've realized, I've done enough. I sold ads, I sold Facebook ads, I sold Google ads,
Mm-hmm.
For real estate agents. That's what I did for one of the startups, right? It was a great company, great money. It got bought out, right? I like that, but I liked the aspect where it turned into more. And what I'm kind of doing now is, I do event sales and digital marketing, or like I sell, more digital ads for the streaming TV services, right? So
Yep.
I know I like sales. I know I like being more personable. And that's why I think this is like kind of clicking what like in the terms of I want to be back in my community that I grew up in. All my friends and family, kind of my best friends are guys I met in 6th grade. Still talk to them to this day. We meet up all the time. I want to be back in that community and build something and use my skills that I've like acquired, right? So that's why it's the idea of doing the sales, the marketing, and the operations in that aspect. That's why it was just something I was like, oh, this could be something I could build. Like,
Gotcha.
hey, this is button up. This is the service. I want to like shake hands with my community, say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is how I help you guys, right?
Yeah.
And then build that. That's just kind of like
I
where
like
I am.
that. I like that much better. That makes me feel better. Yeah.
So,
and like I said in some of my other clips, like that's one of my biggest fears is that people think that this, and you said that early on, like I don't want anyone to have any fucking delusion that this is an easy thing to do. Because and every business is hard,
sure.
Right? And so that's kind of why I say that, because like I know if I knew my bills were going to get paid 100% and I didn't get paid a single dollar to build this thing, I would still want to do it.
Yeah.
I just love doing this shit so much.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm able to, that's why I say that is like, I really do worry sometimes that, and you don't seem like you're that person at all. I just do worry that there are people that are looking for this, I'm going to make some quick money because they're going to pay me $7, and then they're just not ready for the bullshit that comes.
Yeah.
But no, that makes me feel much better.
and again, I think and again, just talking about the community, my family, right? My brother and his best friend built a business, right? From 0 to millions, right? So I know their biggest thing is warehouses, right? They have to store the plants. They do.
Yep.
Their biggest thing is like the holiday plants, right? And just doing government buildings. Like it's crazy how much money is in that. You don't even want to know it. Like it's stupid.
Yeah.
That is like, so I have like a resource to lean on, right? Like, hey, what did you deal with this, right? Between hiring people to, you've talked about trailers and trucks, and now you're dealing with space. And I like the idea of just building that. And again, I think it was just like a right time, right? And it was just like something that was like, oh, I want to, like, again, I'm not quitting my job. I'm not going like, It's just like, I'm like, hey, let me go see. I got, about 5 months to really plan this out to when I make my move back into, I'm actually moving back there. I haven't lived there in a couple of years. All my family's there. So that's where I'm in this like research mode, right? I got this like, this month is, all last month, what I spent doing was like looking at, any kind of competition through Google, Yelp, Nextdoor, Angie's, all that.
What did you find?
It was all, and this is one of the main questions. Like, it was all national junk, right? Like, as in, we just come remove your, and I like that kind of, you're keeping it kind of niche. Like, hey, like, yeah, those people will come out, and just you put your shit out and they'll take it. Cool. That is nice. But it's like, hey, I want this personal touch. I want this to be like build this business within my community. Like, hey, I'm not here just to like another name, right?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
a national chain. We're here to help.
This is why I think that, you know, my business model is going to like really fucking disrupt some stuff in my area, because the junk removal guys are, you know, they're faceless companies that come and pick your trash up and haul it off. Where I am training my manager Jose, which I hope he's watching. I'm training my manager Jose to like really get in it with the client.
Yeah.
Like I want him to know that fucking client's, you know, daughter's birthday. Like that's an extreme example, but like I really want them to make those connections with the clients, because what's going to end up happening is we're going to build that brand of like people knowing who we are. It's not just the junk removal people. That's Paul and Jose and Janelle. Right? Like that's what and that as you scale, it gets a little bit out of hand. It's harder to do that, but I want them to like, to know when they call who's going to come to their door and then trust them. And like, and it's really interesting too, because we're working closely with clients most of the time anyway, because they're trying to decide what they want to keep, what they don't. We're kind of walking through them. We can end up building those connections naturally anyway. You know, it's been very, very interesting. And I guess that was not something that I had really anticipated moving into this in the first place, was like, oh yeah, we're going to get real close to these clients because we're spending 4 hours with them minimum, going through old stuff that they haven't seen in 30 years. They're going to have emotions come up. Like, I don't know. It's just really interesting. And I love it. And that's part of I asked that question because like everybody I've talked to has had the exact same answer. It's the junk removal companies are the only real, you know, competition. I think that this space is wide open, and I hope, I'm going to cross my fingers right now, I hope that in 5-10 years there was a booming fucking industry that came from a Gary Vaynerchuk clip. I would kill for that to be, you know, like on my fucking resume, right? Just to be a part of that, I think would be fucking crazy, because this is like, I've not seen anything like this. I've seen organizers, right? But not like, I don't know.
No, because again, I talked to my older brother about this and was just kind of gave him the kind of elevator pitch, and he was just like, said one thing, right? He's like, one of his neighbors is like, she has a very established business. She is an organizer, right? She comes to your house and she does it, you know, right? And she'll organize that, and like, you know, there's stuff like that, because he's like, well, what's gonna like set you apart, right? Where do you kind of, what do you know in this? And I'm like, you're right, like I don't. And that's like kind of what I have to like do the selling on, right? I have to get friends and family to like let me come do this first, so I can say, hey, look, this is what it looks like, and this is how I do it, and need to fail a couple times and before I like fully launch, right? That's what like an April, May, I need to get some friends and family, like that's part of that. Like, hey, let me just come do this shit, see what it's like, make sure that like I can do it, because you're right, like there is little organizing people, companies that, you know, there's young ladies and businesses that do it and they crush it because they do such a good job, right? But then the big things that I think that just separates is what you just said, was just like, I would love to be able to like, hey, let me come in. We're not going to just rip this stuff out of your place. Let's figure this out. Let's work together, right? Let's establish that connection.
Sure.
You know, again, I've been in sales long enough. People buy on emotion, right? So it's like, that's what I want to like build, as in like build a brand of, you know, Bubba, of what I can do and who I can help.
So okay, I want to dive into this a little bit, because I think that I'm gonna say, one, there's nothing wrong with your approach. I think for me, I would die waiting that long. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw last night's episode or some of the other clips, but do you know the timeline of when this idea happened and how quickly I moved on this? Did you watch any of those clips?
I think it was pretty quickly, but I don't have the exact time.
Let me give you the timeline, because I think you'll get a kick out of this. Okay. Yeah. I saw a clip. It was like Gary on a podcast or something. He's talking about Whatnot. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah, Whatnot seems cool. I like live streaming. I'm going to go in my garage, and I found a bag of Beanie Babies.
Yep.
And I went on Whatnot, and I sold like $20 worth of Beanie Babies. And I was like, hell yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to go clean my garage out, and I'm going to go see if I have more stuff to sell. And at the time, my thought was, I'm going to time lapse me cleaning my garage out, because this would be great content for my Whatnot channel, so I can get more people to come buy stuff from me, right?
Yep.
So I time lapsed the whole thing, and you can still see it on my Facebook page, like the very first time lapse. And I time lapsed the whole thing out, and at the end of it, the thought popped in my head, damn, I totally could have paid someone I would have paid someone to do this. And then it was like, oh shit. Can I charge people to clean their garages? I took that video of the time lapse. I launched it as a Facebook ad.
Yep.
2 days later, I had my first lead. That day, I went and talked to her, and by the end of that week, we cleaned her garage.
That's awesome. That's sick.
It went from an idea to first sale in 7 days. Now, it was dirty, right? Like not the garage was dirty, the fucking launch was dirty, right? Like I'll tell you right now, I still don't have business cards.
Yeah.
I still don't have business cards. I don't have my fucking shirts. Don't know where those are at, right? Like those are taking forever. I got a work truck before I got business cards.
Yeah.
Right? So I only say all this because like I like to move fast and aggressive because I feel like sometimes we analysis paralysis our way out of actually fucking doing something because honestly, man, the way I feel about it, I don't think all the planning in the world is going to save you from making like fucking shit's going to mess up. Like we're going to make mistakes, right? 100%. And so I don't know, like that's just kind of what's going on through my head is like, man, I don't know if I could wait that long. I don't know if I could wait for, a friend of mine to let me clean their garage. Like I would like, fuck, if you really need someone to help, go knock on doors and say, I'll fucking clean your garage for free if you let me record it, But that's just kind of what's going through my head, right? Like, I like to move fast.
No, and I love it. And it was just a predicament that came up in my life, the crux of I had signed a 6-month lease to live at the beach, which is like 2 hours away from.
So you're literally, okay, all right, okay.
I'm like isolated at this like beach for 6 months. So I'm there till end of April. So like that's why I was like, you know what? Like gives me time to like not just because I know how my brain works. Like if I just throw some money at it and try to figure it out, like I'll end up not wasting it. I know I need a little bit more organization. So I was like, let me just try to like figure this shit out. I have some friends that I know that can, reach out to like, hey, like I want to start doing some Facebook ads, where should the pin be? What should I do? Like how far away should the radius be? Cause I know you have that marketing background, which is like, I wish I did like, but like, I have like little people, I'm just going to like, all right, let me just use you. Let me use you. Let me use you. And then, I have it like detailed, like, right. I have like my, and again, knowing that this isn't like what you just said was probably the perfect like analysis paralysis, right? Like, so I'm looking at all this stuff as I look at this whole list for what I have to do this month, what I have to do for November, like it, like, it gets a little overwhelming, right?
Sure.
It does. But
you probably have stuff on that list that I haven't even touched yet, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just, I think it's a lot of it's like, and look, I'm fucking 34. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, let me make that very clear for everybody, right? Like, I'm just doing what I think feels right. I think that for me, speed is like fucking everything for me. I want to move quickly because I think that's how we learn. Like if I'm going to fail, because we're all going to fail doing anything, right? If I'm going to fail, I want it to happen fast. I want to learn the lesson quickly, right? So it's funny to me. And I also think, again, back to what my original thought was, because I lost my track of it, is the priorities in which we choose things. Like, what's a good example of this? A website, for example. I think people spend an absurdly large amount of time on a website that no one will see, right? I think that happens a lot. My other example is like my business cards. Like clearly I don't need them,
Yep.
Is it smart for me to have them because it helps in little marketing things? Absolutely, but it's not going to make or break the business, right? I mean, there's so many of these like these little things of what people believe a real business is, right? Like quote unquote fucking real business, and it's almost all of it is the fluff and the icing and the cherries and the whipped cream that you throw. This is a shitty cake I'm building here, but like it's all the stuff that you right. It's all the fancy stuff that makes it look nice and look pretty, but they're fucking missing the cake so often, right? And this is where like I do feel pretty good about myself right now because again, I have no business cards. I don't have shirts. I fucking barely have a website. Like I have that for SEO purposes and that's it. We're already going to cross close to $30,000 in revenue by the end of month 3. And it's because I just think it's all fucking cake. And I think the icing will fucking take care of itself. I don't know. Maybe my vinyl decal on my truck is a little icing. I'll give that, right? Because I don't need the fucking decal. Honestly, I don't even really need the truck. A little bit overboard on the truck there, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like it's the fucking meat.
No, you're right. Like that's where I wish that is part of the plan, right? And part of it is to just go do this work, right? Because that's like what you're just saying, right? You got to go do it, right? Like everything could look nice and do everything, but if you're not doing the work, and who cares? You're not bringing anything in. You're just exporting money.
There's a billion really pretty websites that are worth zero. You know?
Oh yeah. No, and I love that, and that's probably that's shit I needed to hear, right? Like that's so I this is why I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump. I would definitely love to talk to you, like just to go through like how, because again, like it was just like it had like I saw the clip, started following you,
sure,
and I was like, all right, like this is something that like I could see myself doing, and I'd like work myself way through it, like.
You know what? I've got other stuff going on in my head, and I want you to know why. Okay, and this is important for me to get off my chest here because I don't want you to think that I'm just like, harping on this. I think the reason I'm like that is a lot of it has to do with like my ADD or my ADHD or whatever the hell they call it now, right? Like I read somewhere one time and like I was reading, it was a book I recently bought, like talking about ADHD.
Okay.
I've got to finish the book. I can't remember the title, which is fucking hilarious. It's a thick book, and I'm like, how am I supposed to finish this book about the thing that's not going to let me help finish this book?
But that was it. Exactly what I loved.
Parts of the book were really interesting, and one of them was so funny to me because it was basically saying that ADD or ADHDers tend to avoid planning because the planning gives you the dopamine you're looking for, and then you don't go do.
God, that's so funny. Like, I haven't been diagnosed. I mean, when I was a little kid, I had it, or I just stopped taking the medication. But damn, does that not just strike a chord with me? Like,
it may describe a lot of people. Like, I don't even think it has to be ADHD, right? Yeah.
Like, it makes me think I'm doing something, but I'm not fucking doing anything. I'm writing shit on a piece of paper.
Isn't that funny how that works? So, okay, I fucking love this. We're getting deep in here. This is so funny to me. I think that this is the case for a lot of people. I'm blaming it on my ADHD, but I think it might be quite a lot of people. Is that, and this kind of goes back to my whole thing of like when you sit around a fire with your friends talking about the bar you're going to open. Like that fucking feels good.
I've done that so many times.
You know what I mean? It fucking feels good to talk about it and all these fucking dreams. Yeah. And then you stay up till 2 a.m. drinking. You don't get up till 10 a.m. and then you don't do shit the rest of the day.
Yep.
Like, cause I was caught in that cycle for a while too. And it took me like fucking losing my friends, to be honest with you. It took me like losing my friends to be able to like really hone in on like what I'm fucking doing. Right.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. That's something really interesting to me. And I don't think that works for everybody. I just think for me, if I plan, I'm going to be less motivated to go do the plan.
Yeah, no. And I was gung, the first like 3 days, right. Getting, I was like, I need a plan. I need to write this out. I want to talk to some people. That happened very fast. And then life's now happened in between then already, like in 2 weeks. Like, so you're right. So that's a good gut check. Cause I'm like, I like the thought of like doing this because it makes me, now that I'm realizing it and like, oh, it's making me feel like I'm doing something, but I'm not actually doing anything, right? Like, haven't committed to anything. So that's funny. I'm glad you pointed that out in whatever book you're reading. Because
I'll find the title and I will send it to you.
Yeah. So I just need to do it, right? And that's like part of it. Like again, I'm a little removed, but I could do this in Ocean City, right? I can go try it out. Like
fuck yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so like that didn't even cross my mind. Like why didn't that fucking cross my mind? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why don't I just go get like make sure, hey, this is how this is gonna work, right? There's snowbirds down there that might need their place cleaned out while they're in Florida, right? Like,
it could be a really interesting time to like really like, I mean, fucking test out what is the sales pitch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And you want to talk about fucking hard. What are that door-to-door shit? Because fucking nobody likes that, right? Yeah. If you can sell it something door-to-door, you're onto something, right? So that's interesting. And then like, you can do the ads. You could do that. Like even, hey, I'm here for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like that's the kick. Like I'm here for 6 months. This is a brand new business I want to start. Like who wants in?
Yeah.
Even if that's the fucking TikTok video of you on the beach, I don't know. Like there's This is where I'll be honest with you, this is where I fucking get in trouble sometimes because like I love my wife. She fucking hates how I am sometimes because I don't plan a fucking thing. I like, even if I try and plan something, I will not stick to that plan, And so it gets me in trouble, but like, I don't even know what to say. Like, again, I'm fucking 34. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I know so many people who talk about the thing they're going to do and the plans they have, and then they don't do shit.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean,
I've got a friend of mine. I've got a friend of mine, and I'm going to send him this clip because I'm going to fucking call him out. I have a friend of mine right now who took the jump finally to start a catering business. And when I saw he did that, I immediately fucking messaged him. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm so proud of you. I love this shit. When are you going to let me start your cooking show? And he's like, oh no, I'm not ready yet. Like, you already made the hard jump. I'm literally just asking to come in and record you cook, man. So but it's because it happens at every level. Like the next thing is just, I don't know. And that ability to just fucking go full steam ahead and just try shit makes a huge difference.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. God, that was probably exactly what I needed to hear. Like, because I'm like, why did that never cross my brain that I could just do that? And like, hey, I'm here to help.
Because you were planning. You were planning.
I was too busy getting this dopamine hits.
Yeah. I mean, fuck yeah. It's exactly what it is. It's the same thing with like fucking video games. Like I love playing video games, and guess what? I'm good. I'm ready to go to bed after that. Like I'm fulfilled, I guess. But it's so fucking empty sometimes because then you have to wake up tomorrow morning and remember and realize you didn't do shit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, that's exactly. I'll be down there officially next week. So it's like, why am I not doing this? And that's like the best way to go get this shit done, have the pictures. So when I'm ready, or when I'm not even ready, I need to take these words out of my language right now. Mm-hmm. But like when I'm there, then I'm just, I'm clipped, right? And hey, look, this is what I've done. And my hands are dirty. I've done this, right? And that's, yeah, you're right. I need to stop with all these, checklists that I got. I need to do this, and this. No, just go out there and do it.
Yeah, dude. And I love that so much. I'm glad that this, man, I really do hope this is helpful for that reason. Cause like, a checklist is just, they're checks on a paper. At the end of the day, like what does it do? Here's another great example. Hold on. Let me get my, we are again, about to cross $30,000 in revenue. I filed with the state literally yesterday.
For your business license?
We're now official.
Yeah.
My accountant's going to fucking hate that.
Sure.
Right? But like this is another interesting story I like to point out because for me it was like, you know what? I'll figure that shit out later.
Yeah.
Like right now it's fucking about getting money, getting clients, and getting funds in, getting the revenue coming through. Because a business is nothing without revenue if you don't have cash flow, right? Yeah. All the checklists, all the planning, all the paperwork, you can get a business account, you can have your fancy cars. But if you don't have revenue, you don't have a business.
Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing. So what that and that's I mean you hit 30K in what, like a month and a half, like 2 months.
We'll hit it'll be a little bit less than a little bit under 3 months.
I mean that's crazy. I mean with like
it's fucking psychotic. It makes no sense, right? Yeah. Like again, back to like I don't want anyone have any fucking reservation like thinking that this is an easy thing. We just it was just fucking nonstop, consistent actions, and like this worked, so I moved into this, and we start. I mean, it's just. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like maybe some of it is luck. Like looking back, like we had some lucky breaks along the way. But again, like I was saying earlier, luck is where opportunity and hard work meet. And so like funny. The fucking luck happened, but it was because I was doing something, you know?
You gave yourself that opportunity. No, it was funny. One of my first sales jobs, my manager had it as a triangle, and it was just like, luck up here, and it was opportunity and hard work. It's like that's when they all meet.
Yep.
Best luck happens when these two come together. And it was funny you said that about your mentor, and I was like, shit, I remember seeing that in that sales office right away. Like you're not doing it, you're not doing the work, you don't get the opportunities, and the luck's not going to be there.
Guys, if you're on TikTok and you have some questions, now would be a really good time to start doing that. You can shoot them in this, and I'll get to them as I see them. But no, okay, so. You are what? So have you thought about what's the name of the business? Do you have that yet?
Yeah, it's Loudon Garage Rescue.
Wait, it's not Bubba's Garage Cleaning?
This is gonna be like Loudon, like that's where it is, and Garage Rescue, right? Just kind of play on the want to rescue your time, want to rescue your space, like and that's because again, like that's my like. Not my idea. It's your idea that I'm using now.
It's not. But it's no. It's not my idea. This is fucking from Gary and a bunch of other clips. Like, I don't own any of this. No, I will own the shit out of that clip if this industry becomes a thing, right? Yeah, but it was not my idea. So this is what this tells me. Now my marketing brain's turning on here for a moment. Okay. Yeah. When you call it, you said Loudon.
Yeah.
And that's in reference to the area you're in, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that tells me you want to stay there forever.
So, and that's what I was trying to be. Like, I have that or local, like, right? Because I was trying to use the most SEO friendly, right? Like, but I want to stay in Loudon and like, why Loudon? Like, kind of
why
stuck
SEO?
Out. What?
Why SEO? Why is your thought go to that?
It was just where naturally I've sold ads before and just thinking about. How the Google business ads and the Google local services, using all that and trying to make sure that I can, have the authority in that area as that business.
Google's like in major trouble right now, right?
Because of like the number, like all the pages they took down, or
no. I don't mean like legal trouble. I just mean like business trouble.
Yeah.
Like they're in like ChatGPT and all these AI systems are going to really have an effect on Google big time. And so SEO, I am unbothered by SEO stuff right now for a couple reasons. And again, this is my marketing brain turning on, right? Kenny, I'm going to answer your question. Just give me 1 second. My marketing brain is turning on here for a moment right now because I spend so little time on SEO and how to rank high locally because one, Google is going to have a serious issue with this. And then number two, with this business, there's no competition.
Yeah.
So like, who are you really like SEOing for?
Yeah, you're right.
I think more about the branding. So when I said, why not Bubba's Garage Cleaning? I was kind of serious because I think that's really fucking funny and interesting. And people like that. Let me see. It's like, what's a good example of this? It's like, man, I'm trying to think of a really good example of this. It's like when you see something like GE, General Electric.
Yeah.
Right? Very proper, and very corporate in what they do. And then I look at Nike.
Yeah.
Nike's a much more interesting company. Would you agree? Maybe they don't 100%. Make as much money as GE, right? But that's kind of how I'm thinking about this. I'm really thinking about the branding aspect of this, you know?
Yeah, and I agree, because that's like kind of why I want to be in Loudoun County, because like that's where the community is, and kind of play off that, right, and build a story, right. And I think people buy off emotion, right. So, hey, I'm local to this area. I grew up here. I want to help people around me and really, do that and build that, as you're saying now, brand. You're right. Like, just a generalized, hey, we're this, and
Yeah.
but
So
yeah,
all of my branding right now. So like
yeah,
the way we have our branding, it's reclaimed, right?
yep,
That's pretty basic. But like all of the ads are me.
yeah,
Every fucking single one of them, because I'm building that. I want that personal brand here in the area. I want
yep,
people, and I'll tell you, it started to happen, and it's been really fun for me. Like the other day, I went to go rent my trailer, and I'm sitting there, and I'm actually paying in cash because we got all this stuff from a big garage sale we did. So I was like paying in cash,
yeah.
and one of the there's a couple there getting a storage unit next to me, and she's like, "Hey, aren't you the guy that cleans garages?" I said, "That's me."
You've seen this face. Yeah.
And I'm starting to get it. I mean, I have people in my neighborhood
Yep.
that are like walking their dogs, and they'll wave at me and say, "Hi, Paul." Never seen them before in my life. Right? The area is small. Like it doesn't take much ad dollars for me to absolutely. I'm pretty sure fucking every single person in the city has seen my face at some point at this, at this point.
Yeah.
Well, they remember it is a different story, right? But the fact that like that's happening already makes so much more interesting things to me, because they're going to recognize my face and trust my brand much more than they're going to trust, AAA junk removal.
Yep. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And that's really what I think about with the branding stuff. And in the long game, because you're young still, like
Yeah.
me, in the long game, I think AI is going to commoditize out a lot of this search shit, where
Yeah.
SEO is going to be an afterthought. And when it starts commoditizing stuff and it's starting to pull stuff from AI, like I think brand's going to be super, super fucking important.
Yeah.
Super
I like that.
important. So anyway, that's kind of what's going in my head. That was like, fuck yeah, Bubba's garage cleaning like would be dope if my name
Yeah.
was Bubba.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I mean, and I should. You're right. Like those are the type of things. Like people know me as Bubba. I have friends from middle school that still don't know my government name. Like I've known them for 25 years, and I guarantee if I say what's my legal name, they'd be like, "Thought it was Bubba."
Yeah, yeah. Well, like, why can't? I mean, I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do.
No, I like it.
Write
I
your
like
business, but I just think that would be fucking cool. You have so much fun with that too. Like, make an AI caricature of yourself, of like cleaning the girl. I don't know. Like, it could just be really interesting, and it would be funny if it was like, I don't know. There's a lot going through my head. This is just my branding, marketing brain going on.
I love it.
And then I also think, yeah, like fucking Bubba's Shrimp, like.
Yeah.
What a fucking great brand, right? Like Bubba
Yep.
Gump. That's such a good example of that. But I do like what Edward is saying here. Is that my brain goes to what could be, and being tied to a city name limits that from the start. I agree
Yeah.
a little bit, right? I also think what it does too is I think psychologically it may tie you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm in a like a little twin city situation. We've got Midland and Odessa pretty much right next to each other, as far as Texas terms go. But I am very heavily thinking about what it looks like going to Lubbock or Amarillo and San Angelo and Abilene, right? I'm very heavily thinking about that. And like, when is it the right time to be aggressive about that?
Yeah.
Just because like expansion was always part of the plan for me.
Yeah.
Not because I planned it out, but because like my game is always, how big can I get this? How big of a tower can I build until, something falls? So I don't know. That's just kind of what go in my head. I worry that you're thinking too much about how do I make myself local versus how do I make my brand matter? Because I guarantee you people in your area are buying Nike too, and there's nothing fucking local about Nike.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yeah. I mean,
Or
yeah,
McDonald's. Shit.
yeah, they're on every corner. I think that's like, again, the fixation on the list, and I had SEO marketing part of it, so I did research into that of what would be the best, SEO, authority name, how strong would it be, and again, I went way and just gave me something to do rather than actually doing it,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've been kind of like. I've been handcuffing myself to these lists, like. So you're right, yeah, and I think if I really want to build this for me, why the hell would I not use my
Your
name?
fucking name. Yeah. Like, I mean, it would be awesome, right? Because, yeah, otherwise you just, again, you turn yourself into a commodity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus Bubba's coming to clean my garage, right? Like, that's just fucking cool to me. No, okay. So, yeah, I feel this is like the best episode I've had so far. I love this. I really feel like we got into some deep stuff. Let me throw a curveball at you while I think about my curveball. Tell me, where do you see yourself? No, that's a stupid curveball. That's dumb. Let's ignore that. Man, I don't know. What's your you football guy?
Yeah, Ravens.
Who's are you NFL? Tell me your NFL team.
Yeah, the Ravens. So I'm originally from I was born in Baltimore.
The Ravens? Okay, I fuck with the Ravens. I like the Ravens.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm about that. No, okay. This I don't know why. I just had to feel like I had to throw a curveball and kind of lighten the mood up a little bit. But hey, man, do you have any other questions? Do you have anything else you want to throw at me?
This is a good, I definitely I was going to go through my checklist. That's what I wanted. And this was much better and gives me a much more do it now mentality. So I appreciate that. Look at that.
I'm so bad at lists. I'm going to fuck yours up too.
But what's been the bit, you're 3 months in, right? 90 days in, still brand new, but what would be one thing you'd be like, fuck, I wish I knew that day one, right? What could have been that one little shit that would have been nice to know?
Oh yeah, this is a good one. I'll tell you, because I'm dealing with that right now. Really understanding what the client wants out of the job, because
I like that.
This is something that has reared its head a couple times now, where we come in with this idea of kind of what we want to do, and then we get there and the client has a totally different idea. And I'll be very specific about this. So normally, in a normal world, we come into a garage, we wipe the whole slate clean, we pull everything out. The client kind of goes through, sorts everything based off of what's in a tote. What do they want to keep? What do they don't? And then we reorganize stuff back in the garage, mostly by totes, right? Just kind of generic where things are going. We haul off the stuff they don't want, and we throw trash away from them. That is normal. What's happened is a couple times now, we've had a client want to go through everything. Every little item, down to wanting to sort the fucking size of the screws in separate buckets. And this is where I've fucked up hard on this, is not getting a real clear understanding from the client of what they want accomplished and how to get it accomplished. So that's something that we're fighting right now, when I'm literally going to, one of my tasks tonight is to come up with a questionnaire that we ask before we ever take a job on that dives into that. How organized do you want to be? And how do I display that in a way that's not, it doesn't sound rude, but it still gets to the heart of it. Do you want to go and sort every single item, or are you okay with a generic tub of this area? And I don't know how I'm going to word all that yet, right? Because we have massively underbid 2 jobs now.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long? I mean, that probably put on hours, right?
Yes. Yes. We are. I'm going to be. I'm going to be about 4 or 5 hours over, on this current job that's happening right now. And that happened yesterday. They have to go back Thursday to finish it. We're going to be 4 or 5 hours over on that one. This other job that we have, this big $8,000 job, I'm going to be 40 hours over, easy.
God.
And so we have to figure that out, right? Yeah. This is where I think the rubber meets the road, back to what we were talking about earlier, right? No amount of planning in the world would have prepared me for that.
Nope.
Right? But I made the mistake now, and I'm going to fucking fix it because we're never doing that again. You know? So, yeah, I mean, it is. That's probably the biggest thing in my current world, what's going on in my headspace. That's probably the biggest thing that I would advise on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to know. I mean, again, I got a little brother that lives down the street, so I'm gonna be like, hey, look, there's gonna be some weekends. You're gonna come do this shit with me. We're gonna,
my first job, my mom came and helped because I was like, hey, will you come and like just see if this fucking works? Like, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. And she came out, me and one of my other friends, we literally just went and we went in, cleaned the whole thing out. I had a kind of an idea of what I wanted to do. And then, like, I'll tell you what, that first job, one of the first mistakes I made, didn't have a trailer. Didn't think I needed one. That was a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
The truck, you had your truck bed?
Yeah, I just had my truck, and I was like, well, throw it in the back of the bed. And it's like more stuff started coming out. I was like, oh, shit, she's not keeping any of this. This is not going to go well, right? So, again, that's just one of those mistakes. Made it on the first job, never again. We have a trailer every single job now, right?
Failing fast, like you said, right? Failing fast.
Mm-hmm. Failing fast. I like that.
Yeah.
Fail fast.
No, that's awesome, man. I mean, this puts me a lot more into go mode, which I'll be down there next week. Now I can be like, all right, let me like. Part of me needed to go away for like, I was like, oh, I can just go reset. Like now I'm like, no, go do some shit. But
don't get me wrong. Like the other thing too is like, it's okay. Like you don't, you know what I mean? Like I'm a really good example. I really want a fucking vacation right now. I'm exhausted, and I could use a fucking couple days off. And in the first chance I get, I'm going to take it. And I say that because, not this is also back to, this is like, okay, like pulling from both direction here. Like on one hand, go fucking do. But then on the other hand, like if you're operating at 50% because you're exhausted, that's not good either.
Yeah.
Right. I tell my guys all the time, like, if you need to go take a break, go take a break, because I would rather have you for 3 hours at 100% than for 4 hours at 30.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense for me. Like, if you need to go take a chill pill, get some water, get some Gatorade, like, go do that. 100%, like, the more you can give your all because you're well rested and you're in the game, that's really what matters. And this is probably a lesson I learned early on when I was younger too, is like I had this mentality that if I didn't wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and work till midnight, I was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I learned really quickly, this isn't work. Like, what good am I if I'm falling asleep at my desk?
Yep.
Right. So it's just, I don't know how to describe. I'm not even sure how to put any of my thoughts into words on this stuff. It's just like the shit that's happened to me over the years,
Yeah, no, I like it. No, I appreciate, appreciate you failing and getting some knowledge and, spreading it to everybody else. So I appreciate it.
I that makes me feel good. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
That makes me feel really good. I'll take that dopamine hit.
Yeah, there you go. I got you. No, I appreciate you taking the time. I mean, all the shit you're doing, I was so surprised when you're like, well, I also want to do this podcast. I was like, damn, this man, he really is in go mode. Good for him.
Yeah. What's fun? Here's another thing. I love this right here.
Yeah.
I used to be in education. And one of my favorite things was being able to pull a student aside, really dive into like what's happening with them.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know. It was just something about that like human connection that I absolutely loved. And so going into this podcast thing was a huge thing for me. And I'll be honest, I'm not doing it 100%. I'm not doing it great. Like, not how I would normally, but because like, the views are not really what I'm interested in. It's this human connection and be able to talk and bounce off ideas and like really be able to talk with people is what's more interesting to me. The podcast is a vessel.
Sure. No, I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, I do. I love this so much. I mean, it's the thing that, it's one of the things that I love so much about just anything I've ever done, any business, any organization, education. People are just so interesting because, and I don't know, maybe this is ego talking a little bit, but I always feel like I can fucking help.
I like that.
You know,
That's
so
such
many,
a good.
yeah, so many people I've met, I see, not that I'm perfect, right? Like nobody's perfect, but so many people I see are like so in their heads or beating themselves up or something's holding them back and they're not sure why and they can't articulate why, but they're doing it. Um, and like I've always gravitated towards like I can fucking help, you know, um, even with and so the shitty part though is sometimes people don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people want to sit in their misery, and I hate it so much. And learning how to let go of that has been interesting. But yeah, 100%. That's why I love doing this so much. Because like, I don't know. I feel like we made a little bit of a breakthrough here today.
Hell yeah. No, 100%.
You
Yeah.
know?
I was like, oh, I'm gonna ask about this. I'm gonna, one of them was like, when did you get your business license? That came up organically. Like, how do you quote jobs? It's like, I just got to go do this. Like, I got to go see, like, because who knows, man, Paul, I might fucking hate it.
That's the thing too, right? You might.
Yeah.
You might fucking hate it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. But again, like I've done a lot of shit I hated doing, but
100.
guess what? I know I hate it now. And
Yep.
by me doing shit, like just randomly doing stuff I've done so much stuff. People always tell me you've had so many jobs. Like, yeah, I'm doing stuff, right? I used to do inventory control for Academy and inventory control for Hastings out here. I worked in education and I did consulting and I did the marketing agency and I used to be a manager at Dollar General and I went to school for music performance and like all this stuff, right? But what I've been able to do because I've done all those things and they were all very different,
Yeah.
I've been able to find that common thread.
Yep.
Of why did I enjoy these things? And like it's made such a difference in my life because I know, looking back at all the things I've done before, I know I love the building process no matter what it is. I love starting from scratch and building. It's what I did when I was at Academy. It's what I did at Hastings. It's what I did in education and at the marketing. It's what I mean, every step of the way, it was always like a building process of like, how do I get this thing to do better at what it's supposed to do?
Yep.
And that common thread has made, because now I know myself well enough to know like, this is what I'm good at. This is what I enjoy doing. This is the stuff I don't enjoy doing. I need to find someone to help me with the shit I don't like doing.
Yep.
So anyway, long story short, yeah, the doing makes, it's just been so much fucking fun for me. Anyway, I don't want to keep you too long. But this has been fun. This has been a great episode for me. I don't know what you got out of this, but I got a lot out of this. This is fun for me.
Dude, this is awesome. It gave me like a lot more to like, because I was been thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna have these planning sessions. I'm gonna like plan every weekend. No, now I'm like, let me go do it. Right? There's still home. There's Ocean City. There's Salt Lake. There's towns. Let me just go do that. Even if I'm like, if I have to do it and have my little brother help me and one of his friends and like I can go see and then, hey, now I have pictures. Now I have this. Like I can set myself up later.
Yeah.
By actually doing this. And yeah, so I think, and like you said, like I can kind of fail before, fail fast, as we said, but like that way when I'm here. Bubba's Garage Rescue's here. And I've been doing this.
Yeah.
Right. That takes away that like mystery of, why me? It's because, I've already been doing it. I did it in another town. Now I'm bringing it here to my hometown. Right. Yeah. Like Bubba's Rescue's here. So
exactly.
I like it.
I'm going to leave you with two things that I think will be helpful. Thing one, this is like Dr. Seuss. Thing one is mistakes are going to happen, but the mistake you make will never outweigh the apology you make when it happens. This has been a big one for me because like and this goes back into like letting go and trusting employees and all that. Like you're going to make a mistake, but it will never outweigh the apology you make to the client when the mistake happens. Because that is what differentiates a lot of businesses, right? Being able to fall on your sword, say, I'm sorry, get it fixed, move on, right? The second thing, and this is probably big for you, and I hope it's big for a lot of people watching. Nothing great was ever created in a boardroom.
Ooh, I like that.
And that
I like
is
that a lot.
huge.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are my parting words. Bubba, thank you so much for joining. What an awesome episode. I cannot wait to see what you guys get done, or what you get done out there.
Yeah.
And if you need to take a break, take it. But at the end of the day, man, I feel something good here. I'm pumped for you. And hopefully we'll be seeing you soon, man.
Yeah, man. I'll keep you updated, man. I'm gonna get to work.
All right, man. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Oh, I'm on here twice. Bull. What a great episode. This was awesome. This was so fun. Kai joined way late. Oh, you missed such a good episode. Kai missed such a good episode. Oh, that's sad. This was so much fun today. If you're on TikTok and you want to see the whole thing, you can find it on Facebook. Guys, running theme today, talking with Bubba, is you got to go do shit. You got to go do stuff. So, and this was this is right up the alley of like what we were talking about at the beginning of this. Nobody's coming to save you. No one's going to make this work for you. You got to go do stuff. No amount of planning is going to make this work. If you want to really do something for yourself and you're in, and it doesn't have to necessarily be the entrepreneurship side, right? It doesn't have to be business, but literally anything. If you want to do something great, if you want to do something for yourself, you want to do something worthwhile, you got to get out of the planning and you got to go do stuff.